almost every person in the United States of America hates insurance. What's going on, everybody? Bradley Flowers here with Portal Insurance and the Insurance Guys podcast. I did a cancellation video a couple of weeks ago. If you guys have not seen that, we'll link that below or maybe up here on YouTube. Went over very well. It was kind of a rant of how I see cancellations happening in the insurance industry, and I thought it went over very well. Had a lot of positive comments, really no negative comments at all, which kind of surprised me. And so I wanted to make another one of these videos on kind of my, not really documenting my journey of independence in the insurance industry, but more so just things that I'm coming across that I kind of see as weird or the opposite of how they should be. And one of those comes from an ad or a picture of an ad that an insurance carrier is running on taxi cabs, I believe in New York City. Here it is right here. And I posted that. When I saw that, now, you know, the marketer in me absolutely loved the ad. The insurance guy in me, I'm not going to say hated the ad, but it was kind of a little bit, I don't know about that. And so the very first thing I did is I said, okay, well, I'm going to post this. Actually, what I said on Twitter, somebody tagged me in it. And what I said is, this was at like 9 o'clock at night. I said, I'm going to post this in an insurance group, turn my phone off, and wake up to 850 comments the next morning just because I felt like it. But I wanted to, you know, post that in a few groups and kind of get some folks' reaction. And there was a lot of comments. The majority of the comments were obviously negative towards Lemonade. And however you feel about Lemonade, like, I get it. I know I feel the exact same way. You know, I think from a technology standpoint, they are doing a lot of things the right way. I think from an insurance standpoint, they're doing a lot of things the wrong way. So Saturday morning, and I was editing this video, and something struck me that I wanted to get across. Can we as agents stop saying, oh, that company doesn't pay claims? Like, no matter how much, there's no insurance company that just flat out doesn't pay claims. Yes, there are companies that are maybe not so good at claims, bad at claims. There are companies that are great at claims. There are companies that are stallions at claims. There are companies that are slow. There are companies that are fast. Here's the thing though, no matter how much Kool-Aid you drink, no matter how much you love your carrier, no matter how much you are in their corner, like, somewhere there is somebody who had an absolutely god-awful experience with that company. Stop treating isolated incidences as blanket statements. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't use certain things in competitive situations, but instead of just flat out lying and saying, oh, that company doesn't pay claims, like, maybe talk about how great your company is at paying claims instead of talking about how bad the other one is. Obviously, there's situations where you have to bring that up, but can we just stop saying that they don't pay claims? It's stupid. Obviously, it has been documented, you know, they have, as a corporation, said a lot of nasty things about agents, and I know that hits us in the heartstrings and that hurts us. But let's look past that for a minute. And really in two facets of this. One, you know, from a marketing standpoint, the most surprising comments in regards to this were that this is a bad ad, it's tacky marketing, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, though, that everybody needs to realize when it comes to an ad or a message like this from an insurance company or any company for that matter, is that we don't get to decide what resonates with our customers. We don't get to decide what resonates with our prospects. The only judge and jury of whether this ad, this message, or this mantra or this slogan works is the market. That's all that matters. It can be the worst message on the face of this planet from an insurance standpoint. If it resonates with the market, that's all that matters. And that's what a lot of the folks who are kind of not championing for Lemonade, but a lot of the folks in the comments who were saying this is a great ad, this is a great strategy, That's kind of what they were trying to get through to a lot of people. And I know there's a lot of folks who are just going to have, their hands over their ears, la, 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 not going to hear it. People are going to buy from agents forever. And here's the thing. Yes, you're absolutely right. There needs to be an agent facet to the insurance buying process. Buying insurance is absolutely 1,000,000% a lot different than buying a toaster off Amazon. But here's the thing. Here's what Amazon gets right. Amazon gets right, shifting to Amazon. Here's what Amazon gets right. Amazon gets right is this is how the consumer wants to buy these products. Okay? Here in my office, we ran out of paper the other day. It's the first time we've had to replenish paper in 8 months, so I wasn't planning on it. Producer comes to me, he's like, hey, we're out of paper. I hop on Amazon. In less than 30 seconds, I've got the paper purchased. Now, should that be how insurance is bought? Obviously, that's what Lemonade's trying to do, right? No, 100% that is not how insurance should be bought, and I'm not saying it should be. But here's what I'm saying. What Amazon has right is they start with the customer and they work their way backwards. How does the customer want to do business with us? And that's how we're going to do it. They are consumer-centric. That is what that ad is. In fact, look, I hate to tell you guys, I really, really hate to tell you, even though the majority of your customers like you, they hate insurance. I don't really think that there's one person on the face of this planet that loves insurance. Even us, there's a lot of things about insurance, and there's certainly a lot of things about the insurance industry that I don't like, right? Once again, I'm not saying insurance should be bought that way, but I'm going to give you an analogy. So I used to be a big golfer. I think I've got golf clubs in here somewhere. I used to go to a golf coach. He's one of the top 100 golf coaches in the country. I think he still is. And what he would tell you when he was teaching you a certain golf technique in the swing is he would say, if I can teach you how to do this too much, you'll know what the right amount is. So by studying these companies like Lemonade, like Amazon, like Hippo, like Geico, in my opinion, Geico's super customer centric. Now, obviously, they do some things on the back end that I don't like. But by studying these companies, we can figure out what the right blend of that InsurTech or that customer centric technology is. Marry that with the benefit of having an agent, and we will be unstoppable. If agents can figure out how to implement technologies in their agencies, how to implement process, procedures, customer buying technologies in their agencies, we will be 1,000,000% unstoppable. And here's what happens. When a technology comes into a space, the A and B players that adapt, and it's the C and D players are the ones that are like, nope, not doing that. Nope, not gonna do that. We do business the old fashioned way. We do wet signatures, and clients come in our office and we wanna do a 45-minute policy review, and we gotta have your auto and your life insurance in order to write that home that you're closing on. Now, I'm not saying if you're the type of agent that you like to do wet signatures and you want the clients to come into the office and you want to do the hour-and-a-half policy review, I'm not saying that you're going to absolutely go under 100%. What I'm saying is your ideal client is that your ideal client pool to pull from is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And what's going to happen is you're either A, going to write less clients, or the clients you're writing, you're trying to fit them in that box of they're really not your ideal client, but they did business with you anyway, and that's going to lead to poor retention. So take this for what it's worth, is that this ad is playing on the fact that almost every person in the United States of America hates insurance, and it's freaking brilliant. They're saying, we're different, we're not going to screw you over, yada, 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 yada. So as agents, obviously, we don't need to embrace companies that are trying to put us out of business. I've said over and over and over and over that, you and I, me and you, Mr. Agent, are not competitors. We need to stick together. It's the guys like Geico that are trying to put us out of business. That's our real competition. But that doesn't mean we just need to write off the way that they're doing business and no, that's not right. Obviously, something they're doing is working, right? So we need to take some of these companies and we need to learn from them. That's all I'm trying to say is one thing I hate about the insurance industry, captive and independent, is it's like we decide we don't like something or we don't agree with something, and no, we cannot learn from that at all. No, I'm studying these companies like a hawk because I want to figure out what is it that Lemonade is doing that's amazing that I can use in my agency. What is it that Geico is doing that's amazing that I can use in my agency? What is it that Hippo is doing, that Amazon is doing? What is it that they're doing that I can use in my agency? And the flip side is true too. So like, let's take the old school agency that I was making fun of a minute ago that wants everybody to come in the office and there's no DocuSign. I can learn a bajillion things from them, right? I'm not saying I can't learn anything from them. Like, you can pick up bits and pieces. So that's all I'm trying to say. This is kind of a rant. This is 100% not scripted, not planned out. I got to my office this morning. I was super early. Some of the comments on that post were weighing on my mind, and I just wanted to kind of spill my guts on this to the world. I may be super wrong on all of this, but if I am, I want you to let me know in the comments. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much.